been a while, I know, but let's see what happens. So this is my plan for today. Get the volume good on the microphone first, or even the volume good. The dictation working well as ever. Hopefully that's, hang on, if I put that up like that and turn it down like that, I can hear better. Okay, so the plan for today is to understand how I can use nuget.exe better. And the reason for this is because I have some packages which use nuget.exe for packing and signing, and the way I do that is, as you can see here, I, like a lot of other people, have ended up putting a copy of nuget.exe in the repository, just so I always know where it is and how to reference it. And that works, it's okay. The project I'm looking at is just a test helper library, so it has a whole bunch of test methods. If we go to README, we can see loads and loads of methods to help testing Windows apps, hence Windows test helpers. It's available in NuGet as Windows test helpers. But when I was on NuGet the other week, browsing around something else, I happened across nuget.command-line, and this caught my eye, and I was like, well, what is this? And it's used by everything in the world, well, loads of stuff, but you can see it's got 45 million downloads, so it really is used by loads and loads and loads of things, which begs the question, what is it? If there's this command line thing available, why don't I use that instead of packaging or including the exe in my repository? That seems a nicer thing to do. So the plan is to investigate this, and as ever I am streaming this just so I can have an excuse to talk through my thoughts as I go and see what happens. So the real way to start is to see what's in this package. So we'll download it. It's 4 meg, so it's kind of not very big compared to the size of nuget.exe. Hey, and that is exactly what I want, because it has nuget.exe in it, and so in theory what I want to be able to do is remove nuget.exe and the config or the ini file, or the config file from my repository, replace it with a reference to this, and have everything still work. That's the goal. I don't think I need that anymore. Let's go away. And so here in Visual Studio, you see this is the project, and in here I have a targets file, this one, and what this is doing is, this is when I build in release mode, it packs the file and then it signs it. And it's, I think I could do the packing without nuget.exe, but I need it for the signing, so I use it for both. And you can see it's just in the solution directory, if I can focus correctly. And that's all good. So if I'm in release mode, and you see if I just rebuild now, look to the output. Hang on, let's clear it so we can see everything. Yeah, so built it, and there's a warning, so I'll deal with that. So that's the packaging, details for the packaging, including the dependencies, added some files, which I'm sure it needs, I can't remember why now, or what they do. Successfully created package, so that's the packing bit, and then signs it with the certificate, which it has references to. We won't talk about that for now. I think I streamed that before, how to do that anyway. Okay, so that's what happens in release mode, and what I want to do is get rid of some things. Let's start, so I don't want these, so let's just delete them. There's a dialog you can't see. The selected items will be permanently. Yes, there you go, hooray. Let's just clean everything. I'm going to double clean and actually it's in the let's double check it's not in the Explorer anymore. I see no nuget.exe. Brilliant. So if I rebuild now, things failed. There was an error. What was the error? The command pack failed. Hooray! That's what we wanted. Could not read a cache file. Don't know what that is. Comment analysis is disabled. I'll ignore that for now. So this is a problem. nuget.exe is missing, and we have a reference to it here. So what we want instead is a manage nuget packages. So I can't remember what it's called. Probably easier to cut and paste than it is to try and remember it and type it. 5.6 I think, that was the one. Let's install that. I think the dependencies all good. It should be. There should be no dependencies, there should be no issues. So that's all good. Now it would be really good to save that if it magically found the exe file. Doesn't. And so what I think I need to do is get a reference to that. What did I do? I think I deleted the project and I just wanted to unload it. Oh dear. Show unloaded projects. Oh, okay. That must be something different. So now I have the nuget reference, that's what I want. And there's a generate package path. Oh, it's not do autocomplete, didn't like it. Typing on my typing really doesn't like it. It's not complaining. Okay. Now if the world is working as I expect, we reload. Targets. What I think we can do is rely on some nuget magic to install nuget, which seems weird and wrong. But I think that generate package path thing, is that what I called it? Well, is that what it's called even? Creates a variable called that. That's my understanding of how it works, but I don't know for sure if I've got it set up right or if it gets past the targets files, which is the experiment. Why is nuget.config there? I thought I deleted that. Did it just come back when I was undoing? Let's leave it for now, ignore it, and see what happens. But if I rebuild this, no, oh yes. So okay, so this is good. So we've seen the message, NuGet packages, and it has got the path, or a path. I assume it's there, but it's not in the root. It's in the tools folder. So if you say /tool /nuget, okay. So hopefully, if this works. Yes, well it didn't complain and it threw up on the sign, which is what we wanted, because we know the sign thing's wrong. So if we change that as well, we rebuild, hang on, let's just check, so no error, and we got the sign message, hooray. That really looks like it worked, and it was like super easy. Okay, so that's all the signing details. Why have I got nuget.config? It's just got nuget.org in it. I don't think I need it, so I'll delete that as well. Save the project. Just clean up just to make sure. I'll do it again. Packed and signed. Oh, so that's brilliant. So I've removed the exe file directly. Oh, for some reason it's putting nuget.config back. I guess it needs to know. Or it really wants there to be one, even if it's just the default. So I've removed nuget.exe from my repository, which was the goal, and I've replaced it with a reference to nuget.command line. And the thing I customized in the project, in the package reference for the project file, was this generate package path, which then gave me this magic variable which I could reference, so I knew where nuget.exe was going to be, so I could use it and everything would work. Oh, that was just too easy. I say too easy, that was much, much easier than I was expecting. So it begs the question, why didn't I do this before? Oh, I didn't do it before because I didn't know about it. And even when the other week when I was like found that thing, I was like, ooh, that looks like it could be useful. I was a bit reticent to use it because it just seemed a bit too good to be true. Now the thing is, I do know, because I had to look at this, let's just, I do know that there are lots of people who have nuget.exe checked in, and even though that looks like a lot, let's do an advanced search with this extension. Oh no, that's, I don't want that extension. How did I do this before? Anyway, I found how did I find this before? I want files named nuget.exe. Is it an advanced thing? Yeah, anyway, so I looked this up before and managed to find this file. There we go. file's called nuget.exe 72,000. Okay, 72,361. So I'm not the only person who's done this. So the instructions, the documentation everywhere says, you know, if you're not using, can't use MS build directly, it says use nuget.exe. At which point you go, well, how do I know where that is? I can't rely on it being in a specific folder unless I put it in the repository. And actually, there's this way to, well, I can't rely on it, the path to it being in the environment variable for the path. So invariably, people copy up nuget.exe all over the place. Not picking on these people who these projects. And that package, 60,000 packages, which include the file. Maybe just call the file, but that's kind of worrying. I don't know what topics is. Is that new? But it's gone up. 72,941 copies of nuget.exe on GitHub, which don't need to be there. This is all. That's more than I remembered. I like my dictation doesn't understand NuGet. Or even me yet. So that's good. Anyway, so that's that. I feel I need to blog about this because it's stupidly easy. Just curiously going to flick through some projects to see. Oh, I know. If I do a user search, let's see how many of my repositories. Where do I want to be? Let's see if I can do this with Google search. There's a lot of comments on something that distracted me for a minute there. So I can search in this user. Oh dear. Is that right? That's just. That one I knew about. That surprises me. I'm wondering if this. I thought it might be about a dozen. See, some of these things definitely don't have it in. Just doing. That's the repository. Hang on. This is what we wanted. So yeah, okay, 11. GitHub search just could be so much nicer, I feel. Yeah, so a bunch of things I need to go and change. Well, some of them I'll probably retire, but that and that and that. So sort of 3. Why didn't it find the one we were in? Why didn't it find Windows Test Helpers? Oh, it did, it's right at the top. Random stuff. So there we go, 3 projects I need to go and change. But I'm taking out what, like, how big is the file? Does it tell me here? I don't like this ordering. It doesn't tell me. Let's come here. Oh, I've deleted it. Hooray! nuget.exe. The binary file has changed. So, oh, hang on, you can't see that. So I've just popped GitHub desktop, which I like for managing things, and it tells me I've deleted it, doesn't tell me how big it was. What I could do is look at one of those other projects which had it, so I know it was in a rapid XAML toolkit, which I know the dictation doesn't really like. In here, nuget.exe 6.3, oh, it's even bigger than I thought. So that's 6. Distracted by taxi in the dictation. So we see, yeah, so I'm getting rid of 6 meg of an exe file I don't need to have. So that's brilliant. Oh. Hopefully that's useful and you can see what I've done there. Let me just recap this again. So I don't keep a copy of nuget.exe in the repository. I reference nuget.command line because I'm going to use it from the command line. I changed the package reference in the project file to include this generate package path property. And then I can use that to it's in the subdirectory tools to find my nuget.exe and use it as I wish, which is brilliant. So I'm going to leave you now because hooray, I've achieved my goal today for super short streams, which I know is, you know, not what you want to watch, but maybe it is. But that's all I wanted to cover. Brilliant. Okay, thank you very much. I hope that was interesting, useful, something. And I will be back doing one of these at some point in the future. Who knows when. Tatty bye.